If your team sells, you won't even know who bought it, and that's the point. There's a quiet revolution happening in the world of sports, one that isn't being broadcast on ESPN or shouted from the bleachers. From baseball to football, and even in European soccer, a new force is stepping onto the field. But they're not wearing jerseys. They're wearing suits. Private equity has entered the game. For most of the 20th century, owning a sports team was about pride, legacy, and community. Teams were family businesses, passed down through generations, operated with passion, and rooted in local identity. It wasn't just about business, it was about belonging. But that landscape has shifted fast. With the average franchise now valued in the billions, owning a team is no longer just a badge of honor. It's a high-stakes financial operation, and most individual buyers, even billionaires, can't compete in this market alone. This is where private equity steps in. Armed with institutional capital and a laser focus on ROI, they're quietly buying stakes in some of the biggest teams in the world, and they're changing the playbook. Take Major League Baseball, for example. It's no longer just former players or lifelong fans running the show. Firms like Arctus Sports Partners and Redbird Capital have acquired minority ownership in top MLB teams. They're not here for luxury suites or photo ops. They're bringing decades of business acumen and operational efficiency. These firms are helping teams optimize media rights, unlock international revenue streams, and build scalable operations that resemble Fortune 500 companies more than traditional sports franchises. This isn't just an American story. In Europe, private equity has taken things even further. Velocity Capital's $100 million investment into Unique Sports Group, one of the largest football talent agencies, shows how deep this transformation goes. It's not just about owning teams anymore. It's about owning the infrastructure of the sport itself, agencies, transfer rights, endorsements, and data. And now, the NFL, arguably the most exclusive sports league in the world, has officially opened its gates. In a groundbreaking 2024 decision, NFL owners voted to allow select private equity firms to acquire up to 10% of a team. It was a historic shift for a league known for its tightly controlled ownership structure. But there's a catch. These private equity firms will serve as silent partners. They won't have influence over coaching staff, player decisions, or front office operations. They can't make trades or pick draft picks. What they can do is provide the one thing every team needs: capital. And right now, that's in high demand. Stadiums are being rebuilt. Tech infrastructures are being upgraded. The fan experience is evolving rapidly, and all of it requires money, lots of it. Private equity firms offer fast liquidity, allowing owners to fund improvements without diluting their control or selling to outsiders. So why now? It comes down to valuation. The average NFL team is now worth over $6.5 billion, with franchises like the Dallas Cowboys valued at a staggering $11 billion. At those numbers, traditional buyers are scarce. Allowing institutional investors to take small stakes ensures the market stays liquid and that the league keeps growing. Still, there are questions. Some fans worry this model could prioritize profits over passion. What happens to loyalty, tradition, and community when ownership becomes more about spreadsheets than sportsmanship? Will ticket prices climb? Will hometown connections fade? Will teams begin to behave more like brands than civic symbols? It's a legitimate concern. But from the investor's perspective, sports franchises offer something rare, a blend of stability and upside. They're recession-resistant. They're globally recognized, and they come with built-in customer bases, millions of loyal fans who engage every week. Media rights, sponsorships, streaming platforms, digital content, these revenue streams are only growing, and private equity is positioning itself to collect. The structure is evolving too. Under current rules, a private equity firm can invest in up to 6 different teams and must hold each stake for a minimum of 6 years. This isn't quick cash. It's a long-term play. Some leagues, like the NFL, are even planning to take a cut of the profits when these stakes are eventually sold. That's a level of control no other league currently exercises. Firms like Arctos, Ari's Management, and Sixth Street are building massive sports portfolios, spanning the NBA, NHL, MLB, and even La Liga. Their funds are stacked with billions in committed capital. They've hired former players, media executives, and global strategists. This isn't experimentation, it's domination, and the trend is only accelerating. In many ways, this isn't about the teams. It's about what the teams represent: culture, emotion, content, and loyalty. Sports franchises aren't just businesses, they're brands. And brands, when managed well, can generate exponential value. What does this mean for the future? More money, more structure, more strategy, but also more detachment. The emotional bond between fans and teams may evolve. The question is, will it survive? One thing is clear: private equity isn't just testing the waters, it's diving in headfirst. So, where does this leave you? Whether you're a sports fan, a business owner, or an investor, the writing is on the wall. The business of sports is becoming the business model for growth, power, and legacy. And if you're trying to build wealth, attract investors, or grow your company into something that can play in the big leagues, you need a strategy. That's where Business Market Pro comes in. We equip entrepreneurs and everyday working individuals with the same tools private equity firms use: strategic planning, capital access, asset mapping, and personal finance optimization. Want to build a business that attracts serious money? Or protect your wealth like a pro athlete? It starts with education, structure, and vision. Because in today's economy, you're either playing the game or getting played.